Okay, good morning class time. This is your part 5 video from the rational and irrational, and today we start from the question number 8 subpart 4. 8 subpart 4. So our 4 number question is 0.47. This question is totally different from the question number 1, that is 8.1. Okay, because you see the repetition sign only upon 7, only on 7. Okay, so we write x equals to 0.4, repetition sign is only on 7, that means 7. Clear? This is your equation 1. Note the step very carefully. After decimal, without repetition you see only one number. Without repetition you see only one number, so your equation is multiply by 10. So multiply equation 1 by 10. So we got 10x equals to, when this one is multiplied by 10, that 4 comes this side, that is 4.777. Clear? Okay. Again you see the question. Only one repetition, that only one number is repetition. Again you multiply the equation 2 by 10. Why? Because in last question you see only 0.3. So no number decimal before has the repetition sign. So only we multiply the question by only 10, because only one number is repeated. Okay, but in this question 4 not repeated, but 7 is continuously repeated. So for the 4 we multiply the equation by 10, and for 7 we multiply the equation 2 again by 10. Okay. So multiply equation 2 by 10. This multiplication for 4, this multiplication for 7. Clear? So this is 100x, and when you multiply this one, this 7 goes this side, that means 47.777. Done. This is your equation 3. Why you write down one more time? Because there is no stopping, they continuously repeating. Now it's 7. Okay. Subtracting equation 3 and equation 2, that 100x equals to 47.777, and here is 10x equals to 4.777. This 7 getting cancelled, you only got here 43 equals to 90x. So therefore x equals to 43 upon 90. Whenever you divide, you got 0.477. Note. Question number 5. One more question you see, 0.134. A repetition given on 34. Clear? Write x equals to 0.134 repeated. 34. This one is repeating. Okay. First of all, you multiply by 10 for this one, because after decimal you see only one number without repetition. So your equation 1 is multiplied by 10. So multiply equation 1 by 10. So 10x equals to 1, because after multiplying the equation 1 comes this side, 1.3434 over. This is your equation 2, and two numbers are continuously repeated. So the equation to multiply by, it's repeating two numbers repeating continuously, so multiply by 100. If one number is repeating, so multiply by 10. If two number is repeating, multiply by 100. If three number is repeating, multiply by 1000. Okay, so multiply equation 2 by 100. So this 10 getting 1000, and when you multiply this one, you got these two portion come this side, that is 134.343434. This is your equation 3. Clear? Subtracting equation 3 and equation 2, that is 1000x equals to 134.343434, and here is 10x equals to 1.343434. Clear? This portion is over, so we get only 133 here, and it is 990x. So x equals to 133 by 990. Note. Okay, now it's time for question number 11. Okay, question number 11.1. Insert an irrational number between 1/3 and 1/2. Okay, so first of all, the solution is you find the decimal expansion of both. That means the decimal expansion of the given number, what the given number, 1/3 and 1/2 of the given number are 1/3. So we find the decimal expansion of the 1/3. It's that is 0.333 we obtain. Okay, and for 1/2 it's 0.5. Okay, so you find a rational number between these two one. So we know that there are many infinite number. There are many infinite number you write down between 0.33 and 0.55. That is 0.34, 0.35, 0.36, whatever. There is infinite number you can easily write from between, but you need only to write one number. So you write down 0.4. This is your irrational number, because between 0.33, 0.5 we write 0.4, an irrational number. Okay, note. Now it's time for question number 12. Insert two irrational number between 2 and 3. That you write two rational number between 2 and 3. So 2 and 3, write 2.5 to whatever. Before we doing this, we consider this is a square. Okay, so consider the square of 2 equals to 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. So between 4 and 9 we write down many number, that is 5, 6, whatever, easily. But we know that this is the square of, that means whenever again we root the square root, this is 2, this is 3, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 3 9 is 3. So the between these two number we get two number, it's root 5 and root 6 between 2 or 3. Again I repeat, we square the number, that is 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. So you write the number between 4 and 9. Clear? But this is not the actual number, this is the square of 2. So again we square root the 4 and square root of 9. So square root of 4 is 2 and square root of 9 is 3. So we write down between 4 and 9 it's 5 or 6. So square root the 5 and square root of 6, that is whatever the answer of the square root of 5 and square root of 6, this is comes between 2 and 3. Okay, note. Now time for question number 14. Find a rational number between root 2 and root 3. So first of all we consider the square, again the same process, consider the square, that is root 2 square is 2 and root 3 square is 3. So you write down the number between 2 and 3. Whatever you write, that is 2.5 is between 2 and 3. So again we square root this one, this is also square root, that is, so the root 2 between root 3 we write down root 2.5. Clear? Note. Now it's time for exercise 1.4. Exercise 1.4, and the first question from exercise 1.4 is root 45 minus 3 root 20 plus 4 root 5. Clear? So in place of root 45 we write 3 into 3 into 5, that is 3 into 3 9, 9 5 is the 45, done. Minus 3, in place of root 20 we write down 2 into 2 4 into 5 20, factorize, na? Okay, plus 4 root 5. So we know that 2 root, that means one single, because you know that one perfect natural number 3, that means 2 root 3, when 2 multiply 2 root 3 we get one single 3. Okay, so for those 2 3, that is square root, 1 3 come and root 5, minus 3, these 2 comes outside because this 2 multiply root 2 root 2 is single 2, 5 plus 4 root 5, done. So 3 root 5 minus 3 to 6 root 5 plus 4 root 5. So 3 root 5 plus 4 root 5, it's 7 root 5 minus 6 root 5, that is 1 root 5. You write 1 or not? Clear? Now it's time for question number 3. Question number 3 is 6 root 5 into 2 root 5. 6 2 is 12. Root 5, it's single 5, because already explained that root 5 into root 5, that means 1 5. In 1 5 is 2 root 5. Clear? So it's 5, 12 5 is the 60. Okay, how this come? You first of all see this process. How this root 5 getting 1 5? Root 5 multiply root 5 equals to 5. How? This is square root, this is square root, and no power is here, that means 1, here is also 1. Clear? Whenever you open the square root, your power getting 5 1 by 2, 5 1 by 2. We already learned in this indices. In indices we see the theorem that any base is given and any square root is given, whenever it is open it getting m by n. Clear? Whenever this open. So whenever you open it, that is 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2. Clear? Same base, exponent again, multiplication. We know that when the same base and sign is multiplication, that power getting add. So 5 half plus half. So whenever you multiply, that is 2 upon 2, 1. So that is answer is 5 1. So whenever you multiply these 2 root 5, you get 1 single 5. Clear? Note. Now It's time for question number 5. 1 subpart 5. It's root 24 upon 8 plus root 54 upon 9. 24 upon 8, that means 2 into 2, 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24 up by 8 plus in place of root 54 now 3 into 3 9, 9 3s are 27, 27 into 2 54 by 9. Clear? For these two we write down 2 because root 2 is 2, we already explained, and 2 3 is 6 is under root by 8 plus root 3 is 3 root under 6 by 9. So you cut it down, that is 4, you cut it down 3. So we get root 6 upon 4 plus root 6 upon 3. When you take the LCM, it is 12, this one divided 3 and 3 root 6 plus this one divided 4, 4 multiply root 6, that is 4 root 6. So 3 root 6 plus 4 root 6, it's 7 root 6 by 12. So your answer is 7 root 6 upon 12. Clear? Note.